Write down copy constructor. Given the definition already?
Yes.
Okay, done. So what is the use of copy constructor? What it will do?
Takes object of same class.
Same class as parameter. Okay. Now let me show you. Okay. Now see here. Basically copy in the sense we need to have some original source. Got it, right? We need to have some original source. From there we will be copying the data. Whereas now in this particular example the original source is this one, and this will be the target where my destination source. Is that clear? Now you can see for this particular constructor, that means to pass the parameters to this particular constructor, here I am creating the object demo d equal to new demo 10.3f and 20.4f. I am passing the parameters where d of a will get initialized to 10.3, d of b will get initialized to 20.4. That we got to know. Is that clear? Now let me open some paint. How many variables are there? How many objects are there? You can see dd, d, d1. Now these are the three objects. You just assume. Now one is d, okay, here a, b. Each and every variable can access that variables, right? Okay. Now in each and every object we have a and b variables stored. Now we need to initialize. As I said over here, d dot a will get 10.3, okay, and b will be having 20.4. Is that clear? Any doubts so far? Now whatever is there in d, okay, that I am passing as parameter, so that this will get copied into dd. You are getting my point? As I have passed 10.3 to a and 20.4 to b, here I am passing d object to dd. Is that clear? Any doubts? See, here we have parameterized constructor. Okay. Parameterized constructor will take two parameters, which is of float type. So we need to pass float values, and here to float I have passed it. Not an issue. When it comes to copy constructor, it is taking object of same class type as parameter. Okay now? Now, as I said, here we have parameterized constructor which will take two parameters, which is of float type. For that particular sake, this object is there. This is clear, right? What I am trying to do, 10.3 I am passing to first float parameter, 20.4 I am passing to second float parameter in the constructor of demo. So control will check for the constructor which is ready to accept two float values. Okay, this one is there which is ready to accept two float values, and 10.3 will be assigned to A, 20.4 will be assigned to B, A value will be assigned to this demo class A, B value will be assigned to demo class B. So far it is clear. Now, copy constructor. What is there in copy constructor? In the sense, existing original data you have to copy into some other constructor. Now, already original data in D, A is holding 10.3, just now we have seen. B is holding 20.4. Okay, now that complete D object here I am passing as parameter to demo constructor. That means in demo class this constructor will search for matching constructor, that means this one, which will take this type as parameter, this type and sizes also. Here two parameters, here only one parameter, and the type is demo class object type. So this D will be passed to DD because both are matching. That is, even that is also demo object only. Even whatever we are passing over here is also
That single parameter.
This is single parameter only, right? Of DD is the object of demo type, single parameter only.
For demo class.
Yeah. Here two parameters, 1, 2. Here only one parameter. So the D will be assigned to DD. Now what is there in DD? DD of A will be having 10.3. DD of B will be having 20.4 because we have copied from D and we have pushed it to DD. Got it right? Now that DD of A we are storing into A of D1. We are copying. Next, DD of B we are copying into D1 of B. So whatever is there in D we have copied into this. Same. You can see whatever is there over here I have copied to this one first. Okay. From here I have copied to D1. Okay. Now, first of all, what is the use of this one? That's it. From this particular source, by making this one as a temporary variable, you can consider temporary object, you can consider. I made use of this one and I have pushed it to D1. That's it. My task is done. Now, what is the use of this one? In real-time scenarios, whenever if you need to take the same data, okay, let's say employee data, you need to copy into two different objects. One is for printing something, one is for sending a mail, like this. So two copies if you need to make it, at the time you can make use of this kind of scenarios. Got it right? Where in one constructor you take the data from that particular object, in another constructor you take this particular original data only, perform two different operations at the same time. Got it right? For that particular scenarios, copy constructor is required. Clear? Make a note.
How we can create as many constructor copy constructors?
Copy constructor, as I said already, constructors should not be overridden. It can be overloaded. I mean, say here constructor is there. This is of float type. Next you define one more constructor which is of integer type. Not an issue. But here copy constructor in the sense, if it is taking one particular parameter, then it will become overriding. Again, one more constructor if I define, let's say like this. This will become overriding, which will be an issue. That is not correct as per Java. Whereas in that scenario, suppose if you want multiple copy constructors, in that particular scenario, what you have to do is make it as overloading. That too, why you want one more copy constructor? Already you have this copy constructor, reuse that. Okay, now if it is the same purpose in the sense, reuse that. Different purpose in the sense, then you add some extra parameters and make it somewhat differentiated. If you add some extra parameter, what I have to pass in that extra parameter, if you ask me, you pass some null values, dummy values, which is garbage. Ignore while assigning the values to the variables. In that way it will be useful. Is that clear? Any doubts?
So based on the parameter it will.
Yes.